Hi there, welcome to my cooking class. Oh my gosh, I got my Epic box. And part of the Epic box is the fact that you get 7 different meal solutions. And this month, I thought I'm gonna make the pad thai. Oh my gosh, pad thai is one of those simply delicious meals that can be literally made in minutes. And of course with Epicure, we just make it so much easier. So I'm gonna get started. I've got some water cooking over here. And the first thing I'm going to do is just follow the quick, easy instructions. Of course, I'm gonna give you some fun food facts. And this meal is very economical. So with this package, the first thing we're gonna do, by the way, I'm using my cutting shears. These are absolutely fabulous. And I'm going to take this package and in my 4-cup prep bowl, I'm literally going to drop in the seasoning pack. Then it says I'm going to put in 3/4 of a cup. This is my prep bowl, set of 4, okay? So I'm just going to pour some hot water in there. And then it also says to use 2 tablespoons, I think it said 2 tablespoons, let me double check. Yeah, 2 tablespoons of low-fat soy sauce. So I'm using my 4-in-1 spoon. This is so simple and easy, guys. It's gonna come together so fast. So there's the 1 tablespoon. Oh, I almost measured that out perfectly. 2 tablespoons, perfect. Now this is our 4-in-1 spoon if you're not familiar with it, and I'm sure you are if you've been watching my cooking classes, but we've got a tablespoon at this end, teaspoon at this end, and if we flip it over, there's actually an indent. So if you feel to the line, it's 1/2 teaspoon, and if you feel to the half line, yeah, that would be 1/4. So we're just going to set that aside, and we're going to be using that in a quick little minute. Now, the water that I'm using, and let me just move my screen over here. I've actually got this water boiling on my stove, and this is our multi-purpose pot. This is the 12-cup multi-purpose pot. And what I love about this, I've got the water starting to boil, is it's actually got a strainer built right in, which is going to be absolutely fabulous because I'm going to be putting in some rice noodles in here, and then I'm going to drain it. Now, of course, you're not going to see me draining it, but I do want to let you know that we've got small strainer and a larger strainer. And the other thing I love about this pot, let me turn it a bit, is it's got a pouring spout. How many of you have just tried to pour something out of a regular pot, and of course, the whole width of the pot is where the liquid is coming out, and next thing you know, you have a huge mess that you're cleaning up. I hate cleanup. Epicure just makes life so darn easy in the kitchen. So my water's just coming to a boil now. I'm just going to get some rice stick noodles, and I'm just going to drop these in. I don't need the whole amount, so bear with me while I just pull some of these apart. Okay, so here's my noodles, just dropping them in. We're just gonna let these melt, cook down. Now, if you didn't want to use rice stick noodles, I mean, some of the options that you could use is you could use rice vermicelli if you're gluten intolerant. You could use, other type of wheat noodles, but pure pad thai is made with rice noodles. So what can I tell you a little bit about fun food facts? Okay, I'm just gonna get that soaking. Gonna let this cook I'm gonna just turn the temperature down now that it's come to a boil. Saute spoon, by the way. We're just gonna let this boil for about 7 minutes. Hopefully I won't forget. Okay, let's get this turned around here. So, fun food fact about this simply delicious pad thai dish is that it was created when the monarchy in Thailand was diminished and it was becoming a democracy. And so they actually wanted to come up with a national dish. I'm breaking in here for a second. I'm just gonna put a little bit of oil in the pot. Now, I'm using a wok, but the reason I'm using this wok is this is about the one and only product that we have that does not work on an induction stove. But I'm going to tell you, a good pad thai is going to be made with the right pot. Make sure that when you're doing this dish, you're using a nice pot like our wok. Honestly, this is to die for. This nonstick coating and big surface is exactly what you need. Unfortunately, like I said, it's not induction friendly, so I have to use this crappy pot here. Oh my gosh, the trials and tribulations of my kitchen. Anyway, we're putting a little bit of oil in here. I'm just gonna grab out some chicken here. Okay, and I've chopped up some chicken, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this heated up, and we're gonna just fry our chicken, okay? So I can come back in a second. So we've got boneless chicken breasts here. Got a wok, a little bit of oil. This is gonna heat up very quickly. Let me get back to my fun food facts so you haven't lost it. Okay, the national dish. So because they had independence and democracy, they wanted to basically be more independent and decided they wanted to create a national dish. So it was a contest. And someone came up with pad thai. This goes back to the 1930s. Yeah, so it's been around, and this is such a popular street food in Thailand. A lot of people have used it, and it's become renowned like as such a great dish around the world. In fact, in 2011, CNN rated pad thai as the 5th best street food in the world. So now you can make it right in the comforts of your own home. Okay, so we've got this pot cooking. The directions, let me read them to you, just to show you how simple this is. We're going to stir the contents into our cup of water, which we've already done. We're going to heat a wok with a little bit of oil, which we've done over medium-high heat. We're going to stir in our bite-sized chicken pieces, and we're going to also add 2 cups of peppers. Now, I'm using red pepper, but that's simply because it's what I had in my kitchen. You could use yellow, you could use orange, you could use green, but they all have a little bit different flavor, especially the green. And like I said, I tend to buy red when it's on sale. If you get red pepper on sale, by the way, what you can do is dice it up, freeze it, make sure you put it in a freezer bag and get rid of as much air as you can, because when you're making a dish like this, it doesn't have to be fresh red pepper. Frozen red pepper will work as well, and that'll save you a ton of money in the grocery store. Okay, so we're just getting this fried up. Let me add my peppers. That's roughly about 2 cups. Hopefully you can hear me. And we're just going to stir fry this a bit. So I'm going to check my noodles really quickly. So my noodles are done. So I'm just going to take them to the sink and strain that with the lid on. I'll be right back. Okay, this is frying up nice. And as you can see, strained it right out, and I'm ready for this to get thrown in. Now you don't want to do your rice noodles too soon because they're going to stick together. So make sure that you do your noodles as you're making this meal. You don't want to do them too much in advance. Okay, so our instructions, my chicken's almost done. I can see it a little bit. A little bit of pink in some of these, and like I said, if I had that better wok, I'd be much further ahead. I do want to mention that wok is one of our higher price point items, and so I'm going to recommend that if you want that wok so you can make the perfect pad thai, book your own cooking class, because you can get, with a qualified party, a half-price item, and that will greatly reduce the amount that you're going to pay. I mean, when was the last time you walked into a store and someone said, hey, let me get it to you for 50% off? Okay, so next it says, now that we've cooked our bell peppers for a few minutes, we are going to put in some eggs. Eggs are good protein. You can do this as shrimp as well while I'm thinking about it. So I broke 2 eggs in our prep bowl, and we've got a little mini whisk. If you don't have a whisk, just put the lid on one of these. And what you're going to do is you're just going to beat this. And we're going to put this right inside, and it's going to cook with our pad thai. Doesn't take much. It's already there. Bring it up a bit. Let's just make sure that my chicken's all cooked. It's looking good. You can see that some of it's browned already. Okay, so we're going to add in our egg mixture. Going to use my saute spoon. And I'm basically just sort of breaking it up like scrambled eggs. Okay, next, how easy is this? We're going to add our rice noodles. And like I said, you want to make this very close to the time period that you're going to use them, because the rice noodles are very sticky. And you want to make sure that you're not putting in a whole clump. So there we go. You can already see that it was starting to stick, but I'm going to be able to break it apart quite quickly. We're just going to toss this a little bit, and then we're going to put in our sauce. Okay, so next, add the sauce, and this is going to help split up that rice pack as well. I'm just going to pour this in. That's where all the flavor comes in. Now, you know me, I can make anything out of anything, and I was looking at this recipe going, oh my gosh, I want to have pad thai. Unfortunately, I don't have, to do the traditional pad thai, you actually need to have bean sprouts. I don't have any bean sprouts. Doesn't matter. Does not matter at all. Okay, just gonna get this stirring up. The flavor, I can smell it already. Gosh darn it. Now, one of the things that I love, when you're plating this, I would totally put in some green onion on the top just to make it look pretty, because people eat with their eyes, right? So that'll break up a little bit of the coloring, because right now it's sort of pinky, or sorry, not pinky, red, beige, brown, and a pop of green would just make this look so darn amazing. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is we would put our bean sprouts, but when you're doing this, you also need to make sure that you put in lime juice. And I'm going to tell you, I have read this recipe so many times and made this meal so many times, and the way it's written, I constantly would miss that lime. Well, I'm missing the lime again today. I had no lime, but I have lemon. It's citrus. Breaking every rule there is. Using my ceramic knife and my flexible cutting board over here, I'm just going to cut that lemon. And because this is such a tiny lemon, I'm breaking the rule here. I mean, I could put it in the yellow version, but it's teeny tiny. Come on. I'm sticking it in here so I can make sure it inverts really nicely. Just going to make sure that I've got some citrus in there, giving it that little bit of a zip. Because pad thai, one of the reasons was rated the 5th best dish of the world is because it touches 5 different senses. Okay, so we've got, hang on, what are they? Salty, sour, sweet, spicy, and bitter. That's 5 different flavors. This is why it's so rock solid, amazing. Okay, guys, this is practically done. Yum, yum. This is taking no time whatsoever. Okay, last thing that you need to do is, and this is cooked, we are done, is to add some chopped peanuts. So I usually buy a package, and the best way to crumble them, I find, is just put a little bit of peanuts in there, and then I usually just take my rolling pin and chop them up. So I'm gonna turn off my heat. This is complete. If you wanted to zip it up a bit, you could totally put some sriracha on here or some chili flakes. Like I said, you could put some green onion on there on top, but this is our dish. Didn't that come together absolutely perfectly? Check that out. Literally a meal made in minutes. I'm gonna highly recommend you give this a try. Our pad thai is so darn amazing. One last fun food fact, because now I'm ready to plate this. Us Westerners just don't get it sometimes. When we eat pad thai, most of us will grab chopsticks. I want you to know that in Thailand, you are going to eat pad thai with a fork and a spoon. And what you normally do there is you are going to use your fork to put the food on the spoon. Why do they do that? Because here's the last fun food fact. When you eat pad thai in Thailand or eat anything in Thailand, to put a fork in your mouth is bad manners. So there you go, guys. Thank you so much for watching my cooking class. I really hope that you'll take advantage of our Epic Box subscription. Grab your pad thai. It's going to become a family favorite, I promise you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next Thursday. Bye for now.